shred.
We haven't started playing.
Sweet Home
yet.
Alabama, play
We
it.
just got here, man.
You guys shred. 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 You guys shred.
Welcome to You Guys Shred, where your bass strap breaks in the middle of the set, you play a show for just the janitor, and you pee your pants before you have to go on stage. I am your host, Keaton Stewart.
I'm your co-host, Tyler Christensen.
If you guys like what we're doing and want to support the podcast, please subscribe, share, and review. It really means the world to us. You can check out our own musical project, Poet Bones, at poetbones.com and all your preferred streaming platforms. Today's guests are some lively, fun young folk that just put out a new EP called Life is Better. Please enjoy Homestyle Dinner Rolls. So we normally start with how we know the guests, and Tyler, you can kind of take the ball on this one.
I know,
for
I feel
once.
like I have a kind of a funny...
Yeah, mine doesn't come in until later.
Yeah. So I think Poet Bones, we were on our way to a Richfield show for Rocktober.
Yeah, we're playing a Halloween festival down there.
Stuff down in Richfield.
What?
They've got a venue down in Richfield?
They have, well, it's like a park.
Every
a city
year they
park,
do like
so-
a festival.
multi-purpose.
I was like, there's
yeah.
the things in Richfield?
Rocktober?
There are people that live in Richfield. No, so I went and stopped at Einstein Bagels on the way, and
He's always like late to show up, but his way of getting around it is like bringing food or coffee or something.
yeah. So
Generous.
I go into Einstein, and this guy is helping me, and he's like, "You doing anything fun today?" I'm like, "Yeah, my band's heading down to Richfield to play a show." He's like, "Oh, cool. What's your band called?" And I tell him, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm in a band too. We're called Homestyle Dinner Rolls." And it's like one of those things where you're just like, I'm not sure if this guy
Is he fucking,
like
fucking
is this guy screwing with me?
That's a fake name.
Yeah, that doesn't sound real.
He's holding my leg.
I'm pretty sure he like came out too. He's like, I just met a guy in there, and he said his band's Homestyle Dinner Rolls,
Okay.
and we all just laughed.
It gets so much better too, because then we played Buzzards and Bees that year, and
Best.
I jokingly just said like, I wonder if Homestyle Dinner Rolls are playing Buzzards and Bees, and we get to the show and I look at like the list and you guys are on there. I'm like, holy shit, they're real. So and I guess and I probably skipped this part. So going back even further, Charlie was in a band called The Boy
Yes.
That Lives
The Boy That Lives.
back in what year? This could have been
It was like 2014.
yeah.
Damn.
And
You were alive back then?
I had graduated high school by then.
Jesus.
And I did a little bit of recording for their band as well. So yeah, we go way back.
That was the first time I ever was like professionally recorded. I didn't mean to use air quotes. It was professional.
it was great. I use them today.
Oh, it was dope. It was,
I mean, this is professionally recorded.
that's what I'm saying. Professional.
Fucking Dr. Evil in it. I guess, and then from there as well, you were in a band called Bear Eats Fish
Bear Eats
that
Fish.
had played with our bands and
Yeah.
stuff as well too. Did you play with Castle or?
I did not.
Oh, okay, so you guys,
I
we
went
feel
around
like
with
we played a
Wired
show
for
with you
Havoc
guys.
for a minute.
Oh, okay,
Just for like 6 months, I was filling in with them.
okay, yeah, we're good
Oh, yeah,
friends with
that's
those
right.
guys too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew and Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's still sticking around with them.
yeah, they
they're
got,
still
got
doing
back
stuff.
together
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I guess that's until recently as well, you guys were playing a show with Sunfish over in Orem, and then we kind of chatted it up, talked it up,
Yeah.
talked about that the dynamic of the band being, I guess you're the oven, you're the roll,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the butter.
Bingo.
I thought you were flirting with us, dude.
Well, I was. You weren't flirting with me? That's
Oh, no, we were flirting.
Well, I-
okay,
come
okay,
on.
cool.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what are like my chances? 0 to 10.
So you're saying there's a
It
chance.
varies between each member.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Some of us have higher standards.
So you're saying there's a chance. All right. So you guys just put out a whole new EP, right?
Yeah.
I'm right.
That's it?
Tell us about it.
Please elaborate.
It was not the plan, I will tell you that. We were
Oh, yeah. I
Just
forgot about
accidentally recorded a couple songs.
we recorded a lot of songs and we had this plan
Your phone was on.
God, another hit.
of single, and then with Andrea dropped an EP, you know, with
that. Oh,
Andrea.
that's true. Yeah.
And Danny was like, like
I really liked the form factor of the EP.
he's like
I really liked it.
he was explaining it to me and he's like, and I find myself wanting to listen to that EP instead of like someone who drops a new single for some reason. And I was like, you're wrong and you're stupid. I was like, that is so stupid. And then I went up to all my coworkers and I said, would you rather hear an EP from us or a single? And they were like, what's an EP? And I was like, like 5 songs or 1? And they're like, oh, we want more. And I was like, okay. So I asked like a ton of people to double check, and I guess Danny was right.
I feel like that's how it goes when Jake asks people, "Do you want to see more of me or less of me?" They're like, "Come on, take
More.
it off."
Yeah, I noticed you play with your
He
clothes off.
always takes his clothes off at every show.
I think I can't remember the last show you didn't take your shirt off. Did you
Last
take your
one.
shirt off in the last one?
The one we just played
Oh
2 days
my
ago.
The Burt Kreischer of music.
Yeah,
Literally.
he looks a little better than me. He's bad, dude.
I've
In a
had to
good way.
apologize to Corey Fox from Velour for
He
Jake
al-
always being naked.
He
at the show.
apologized, and I was like, give the people what they want.
Free the nips.
Free them.
It's always
If
the
they are-
guys chanting, take it
Even
off.
if
too.
they are comically small.
Look, man, do you want to
They
put
are
bodies through
comically
doors?
small. His nipples look like dimes, dude. It's crazy.
You want to sell tickets?
You wanna-
Do you want to see it?
They're kind of small.
I feel like they're appropriate size.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
But when I'm on
They're
stage,
fun
they're a little
size.
like more pokey. I feel because I'm adrenaline. You know what I'm
The
saying?
excitement,
I'm excited. Yeah.
the arousal.
Anyway, the EP.
Anyways,
You got to watch this on YouTube to see the nipple.
Yeah, you gotta. But the EP, yeah. 5 songs. Go listen to it. And
who'd you guys record with?
aggressive audio. He's awesome. Oh, actually, yeah. There's a lot to say about the EP recording wise because we went through a period where we didn't have a drummer. Because Chuck is relatively
true.
new. He's 3 months, 4,
4 months, thank you.
4 months.
4 months.
And
I thought he was older than you guys.
he
I was actually only born 4 months.
he was born 4 months ago. And first off, I'm glad he's here, dude. He's a killer drummer. Like he's up to our sound is like
Chuck ties us all
God
together.
damn, man.
It's
Yeah, he's the
incredible.
oven, right?
right
Exactly,
when,
he's the
right
oven.
when he played our first song
Or the butter.
He told me he's like we have a song called Always, and everyone we auditioned couldn't really get the drum part right. And I was like, he's like, I haven't really practiced that one. I just listened to it. And I was like, oh, crap, this guy's going to. But then I was like, okay, this is. And then he just played it and like killed it. And
Just
I was
nailed
like,
it
oh
immediately.
my. I looked at Danny. I was like, anyway. But we didn't have.
This guy.
This guy, we didn't have a drummer for a couple months in between. So we actually hired this guy named Damon. Less hired, more he volunteered.
Damon
He's so
Evans.
nice. And he's great at drums as well. Like, literally fantastic. I watched him own that kit. It was like,
Yeah.
I felt bad for the kid. I was like, jeez.
No, Damon is one of the best drummers
Like,
I've ever worked
That was
with.
incredible.
He's got a band called Eyes of Ava. That's like a new metal band. Out of
Oh
Salt
yeah,
Lake.
Eyes of
yeah,
Ava.
yeah.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
those guys. Yeah.
No, they're super,
They're
super
good.
good.
They got a lot of stuff in the works. He showed us some stuff, and I was like,
No,
yeah. But he recorded that stuff. Our old drummer recorded 2 of the songs, 3, if you include Always.
I do.
I would.
I guess it's part of the EP.
Always include always.
But yeah, it's a fun EP. Lots of different people helping us out.
It's-
So were they part of the writing process as well, or like what is that process like? Is it just the 2 of you, or has it just been the 2 of you? Or?
It really depends. A lot of the
Let's
times
go song
it's
by song
song by song.
because the first song is
Let's go.
Kiss
Let's
Me,
go note
Kiss
by
Me.
note.
No, by no.
the first song
And
is
also,
Kiss
okay,
Me.
so the year was
what-
2003, and I was
What,
born.
yeah, why don't we just back it up to the question that everyone wants to know? How did you name your band Homestyle Dinner
Okay,
Rolls?
so
I didn't get a choice. No one got a
we
choice.
started this band sophomore year of high school, and it was me and our old drummer Kevin.
You guys went to Springville High School, right?
Springville High,
Yeah.
yep. But we were walking around in Reims in Springville, and this was before we started anything with the band. We didn't have any other members. It was just me and Kevin. I was like, we need a name for the band. And we were just walking it in a grocery store, and I was like, what about Homestyle Dinner Rolls? And he told me, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And then we never thought of anything better, so here we are.
So
And,
naturally, we
yeah.
named the band that.
Exactly.
Me and Danny
It's
were,
amazing.
It's one of those that really sticks with you, though,
It
right?
does,
Like
you don't
today, when we were
we've
getting coffee,
considered. Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah, we got
some
recognized.
some
The
random
coffee
guy
truck.
just walks up. It's like,
Are you
hey,
Homestyle?
you? I recognize your hair. Are you guys
He's like,
Homestyle
yeah,
Dinner
I'm
Rolls?
Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah. Jake the hair fillet over here.
I'm Slash.
I'm Slash. How'd you know?
yeah. But it was interesting.
I mean, that's we remembered it. That's why we laughed when we heard it. It was like, dude, that's awesome.
You didn't
like, that's
forget.
So, yeah, you don't forget. It's awesome.
No,
yeah.
We've thought about
That is
HDR.
It's
Yeah.
original, you know?
It's
HDR is a little more because you look up Homestyle Dinner Rolls, you're gonna get recipes maybe. But now, if you look up Homestyle Dinner Rolls, you are gonna find us.
our goal is to beat out all
Is
the
beat the
bakers.
stupid recipes, dumb recipes, not even that good. I
No,
bet.
okay. Here's what I want to see. you make your website so that when you go to your website, it still looks like a recipe.
Oh, okay.
like your bio is just like a recipe. So when I was young boy, my mom used to make these.
Just do
Is
the
that
Blink
free?
182 thing and just take photos like naked and then just have some dinner rolls and
Some rolls covered up.
it's
That's
a
not
dick
the
in a
first
roll.
time.
Step one.
You find a roll.
It's not the first time we've
You
considered
cut a
being
hole
naked.
in that
is it?
roll.
It is not the first time we've considered being naked for a cover.
We've wanted to be naked a few times.
You put that dick in that roll.
Don't knock it until you try it, man.
I bet it's warm.
More of a mac
that's
and
part
cheese
of
guy.
initiation. We had
As
sex
the-
with bread.
Jello myself.
As
We
the
said,
only
Chuck, what's your
member,
favorite bread?
as the only member of Homestyle Dinner Rolls that actually has rolls, I vote against the naked album cover.
Are you sure?
You can have an apron on.
Yeah, you could have
Man,
an,
perfect.
you could be an
Why have we
apron.
never thought of aprons?
An apron.
We could sell aprons.
We just wanted to be naked.
Why male models?
He's holding the thing, the tray of rolls, and it's us two, and he's in the apron, but he's naked under it.
I mean,
That's
I'm just
not
giving you
bad.
guys ideas.
Thank
That's
you.
all I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
Copyrighted our idea. You saw that here. Thank you.
I'll see you in court. All right, so going back to song by song. So first
All
track.
right.
Kiss me.
Kiss Me, that song.
Danny brought it.
I wrote that when I was like 14.
And I happened to be in
One
a
of-
Reams in Springville.
No, I wasn't. Everything starts at Reams. But yeah, I wrote that song. Usually the writing process is like either Jake and I will come up with a chord progression,
And we
and
kinda
then I
bounce
write all
off.
the words. And
All?
everything.
All?
I write everything.
I write the
I
whole
could choke
song.
you out right now. But all the words in Kiss Me, Danny did right.
Yeah, that is true.
And the thing about when Danny
Kiss Me
writes,
is-
lots of the time it comes from a place.
That is
When
true.
when I write words, it's like, that sounds good, you know? And then it can mean something later. you
Jake
know?
will write like the most random words that's not about an actual story. That's just like
And it's
that he
gorgeous.
totally just bullshits, and then it is beautiful. It's crazy. It blows my mind.
Thank you. But Danny brought that. We all decided to go really hard on that track, and like 3 guitar solos. The drums are crazy. The bass is like, you know, and then
That is
you know
how
how
bass
you know
goes.
how the
Yeah.
bass goes.
I can't really hear it most of the time. And then what's the second track? Always, Danny brought that as well.
That isn't. Yeah, that isn't.
And
I love it. It just keeps going. You know, and then Danny brought that one.
Danny brought that one, and we just added a couple tweaks. Like I wanted some chugging and stuff like that, and we decided with that one to actually just record as a 3-piece without
Oh yeah, that was our
any-
first.
rhythm guitar, because we're a 3-piece. And
Now, yeah.
I like the way it came out.
There's no rhythm track.
There's no rhythm track. No,
There-
that's just
besides the
one
bridge.
guitar track and a bass track.
And yeah,
And would you say drums as well?
and
No. Actually,
no.
those were that was a bass.
All 3 of them played bass.
we beatboxed.
just
We
mixed
recorded it as a
really
3-piece,
well.
which included guitar, bass, and then some more bass.
And after always is Taylor.
Taylor, this is one that Jake
I
brought the chord progression and
I was
Who is she?
Taylor. Who is she? So
tell
let
the
me.
story.
Here's the story.
Here's a story. She broke my fucking heart.
No, it's not about that. She, I was hanging out with this chick named Taylor and a couple other friends, and we were all, you know, and
On drugs. He means they were on drugs. They were high on
You were
marijuana.
I was
you were
very
in this. You were upstairs in this building.
I was very
They were-
sleepy.
You guys are down with the marinara.
I was. And so I wrote that riff of Taylor, and I was like, "Damn, that's good." And I was,
Damn, that's
I was
good.
more like, "Whoa!" And then I looked at Taylor because I was hanging with her, and I was like, "She first off,
Whoa.
backstory.
Yeah. Who's Taylor?
Taylor, me and her just friends, and we had a.
She's married, actually.
She's
Wow.
married now, but
Friend zone.
we did. She had a
How does she feel-
long-term boyfriend.
How does she feel about the song?
We
Oh.
don't know.
Well, we don't know because let me finish. We finished it.
I was gonna say, did she die? Jesus.
She's alive.
Like, don't. If you get somber, I mean, you can leave. Cruise.
I wrote the opening words right in front of her face because she had a long-term boyfriend, and I said, "I'm gonna write a love song about you," and she goes, "What?" And I go, "Taylor, first night I told you that I love you," and she was like, "Ew, oh, what the hell, what?" And I was like,
And so then Jake and I got together and we wrote a love
"We
song.
wrote it."
about her.
The reason we don't know if she likes it or not is because recently after that we stopped being kind of friends, drama or whatever.
Aw.
Don't really recall, but I was like, that made her so upset that this is like the only way I could get back to her, and it's not even to get back to her because I really just love the song, like the way it sounds. It's like satisfying.
You're like, no, I meant my like Taylor guitar.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like trying to like
exactly, yeah.
backpedal.
It's actually about Corey Taylor.
but the thing is,
Yeah, there you go.
it's not all about her. It's the couple words were inspired by her, and I don't want to give anyone a big head. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about that one specific person. So
basically like drawn from experiences from past relationships to
we
make a story.
and half the words, you know,
Yes, exactly.
I wrote
Little
were
magic.
kind of gibbery. So
Kind of gibbery.
gibbery, and then better love.
Oh, better love.
That one.
That's a story right there.
I had a long-term girlfriend, a year and a half, so longish term, and me and her, we ended on pretty nasty terms, but it was like whatever. It's not about my experience with her. It's about Danny's 2-week experience with her after
Yes,
they
so-
dated. Right after we
So I
broke
wasn't far off. I was not far off.
Yes, this
2
was a dark.
weeks,
This was
and
a
you
dark
get a song.
A
And
dark
you guys were still
time.
friends?
Hey, but it's a good song. Yes, actually.
It made us
Weirdly
stronger,
enough.
I think.
Oh
like
yeah.
only
If we can
two
get through that, we
could
can get
come
through
out
it.
of
No,
that,
at that time I was also smoking a lot of.
What do you mean?
and-
Also, I never.
I never stopped.
You go to hell.
You guys like jazz cigarettes?
Yes.
Jazz cigarettes, is that what you said? But
Think
yeah,
about it. He's got
basically,
it. You'll
just
get it.
a bad time in all of our lives.
Did she break both of your hearts?
No,
No,
we are
but she was
glad to be rid of.
very, very glad. I remember I was driving to band practice with Jake, and Jake was like, "So," and then
We were going to band practice, and I went off.
I was
at him.
like, "I know," and then Jake was like, "Don't worry, I
was like,
know that this is a mistake on your part, and you'll
said,
get over it."
I
and
said,
you'll-"
better you than me. I was like, watch what happens. You're not gonna like it, and he did not.
And if you want to get the rest of that story, go listen to A Better Love on
By
Spotify.
Homestyle Dinners, new EP, Life is Better.
Out now.
Encapsulated in a song. Out
But-
now.
Exactly.
Yeah, the funny thing about that song is I wrote the riff a long time ago, like
ago.
in high school, and we had a really crappy love song to it. And Danny came in with new words once, and like I said, he draws from experience, and so he came in with these words, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." The
So
melody-
that one just really happened
It's gone
recently.
through rewrite and rewrite.
Yeah,
and
it was
rewrite.
like
Well, I mean, it just
year
finished
and a half.
recently.
Yeah, we just finished that.
But I like the way it turned out. Has meaning and all. But again, let's not give anyone a big head. That's actually about no one. No, no one's special enough for a whole
about me.
song. Are you crazy? Give me a
You
break.
get the whole role.
One of us at a time, apparently.
So Chuck, are you single? We got a girl for you.
I'm actually having a baby. I really hope to God it comes before
Oh
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck
Congrats.
is having a baby in like a week.
Nice.
She's due next Monday.
Mm-hmm. We've had a
yeah,
couple
but
scares.
it's got-
we,
yeah.
us as a family here.
You're like it's our baby.
It's our baby.
We had a show a week ago, and after we got off stage, Chuck comes up to me and he's like,
She's having the
"I
baby.
gotta go because she's having a baby right
And we
now."
were
So-
False alarm. False alarm.
False alarm, false labor. Happens. So I have like 3 other kids. Like I forget how many I have. I think it's 3 other kids. That
Is
I
it these
have.
guys?
You know what I mean? Yeah, including them. But no, actually, they're all girls. All 4 of these kids that I'm gonna have are girls.
Yeah.
Fuck me, god damn it. But
Looks like someone already did.
2 of them, all 3 of them really, that are around right now, just fucking love Jake. Like they will not leave him alone. It's
Here-
hilarious.
I
And the dad.
hate children.
So here's the thing. I
Here's the
hate
thing,
your
I
kids.
hate kids so much, but for some reason I just like Chuck's kids. I mean,
cool.
they can be kids, of course, but
By that he means they're assholes.
yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, maybe it's because he's our drummer and I cut him some slack. He's also my undercover lover.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Your kids aren't gonna listen to this for a long time.
For a long.
So that was the last track then, or is there one more track?
Oh, there is one more track, Lullaby.
We wrote that
Yes.
first song ever.
First song we wrote as a band.
So that's why you decided to kind of like,
End with it.
put it and we
Exactly.
had
Yeah, we're
time
done.
off.
That's
We're
where
done
we
making
stop.
music.
It's funny if you go on SoundCloud. Look,
Don't tell them that.
look up Homestyle Dinner Rolls. You can find like a really, really bad demo of Lullaby.
Yeah.
It just sounds
Not
so terrible. So
not
terrible.
Not that good.
I think it was a phone recording, but it's not good.
No, it was
Um,
on a whatever that's called. laptop.
Oh, is that, do we record on a laptop?
Yeah.
Whatever that's
Oh,
called.
really?
The
I don't
laptop.
know. I think we record with like a USB mic of some sort.
Not bad.
Not bad. Come on, we had it going. It sounds horrible.
Everybody starts somewhere.
We have a few demos on SoundCloud that are just so terrible. I don't know why
But
we
like you
haven't
get the
taken
gist
off
of
that.
them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Here's Lullaby
Oh, God.
by Homestyle Dinner Rolls.
The demo?
The demo or the?
Give me that. I have
Yeah, here, you listen to it.
Oh no!
It literally, it sounds so shitty.
That's Danny on the riff, not me.
Oh, yeah, when I was playing guitar.
So what was Jake doing?
That riff.
The stars fade without you.
Oh.
Ooh. Isn't it interesting to see how the song is like evolved?
Baby, just hold tight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those are smooth.
I still sound like that, you know?
You have the saxophone?
3 years ago.
No, not even. It's like 3 minutes shorter, too, than that Spotify one.
After long, it just might break me.
Notice how the words
How long
haven't changed
is it?
though.
No, the words haven't changed at all. It's different in like very slight ways.
See, now we should compare it with the.
Now
the
play the new one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this one's good. Why didn't we release this one on Spotify?
It's really not that bad.
I need you to feel alive. Everything is not alright.
Oh, God.
So it's apparent that Danny found his balls like this year. All of a sudden, he's a baritone.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, so that
And then, yeah, that's the demo. Here's the actual one.
that turned into oh
Look at that.
that stereo image.
It's like the Eagles. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Only a little better. You could have done better. You could have done better.
The stars fade without you. Can't stand up being around
It
you.
really is like pretty much the same though.
Baby,
As
just
long as song structure.
This is giving me like Harry Styles vibes. It's
Thank
cool.
you.
Like I dig this.
Thank you.
And you work at Einstein Bagels?
I haven't.
Man, Einstein Bagels was the best job. They let you take as many bagels home as you want at the end of the day. My first day,
If there's any left, I fucking go there all the time, and you're out of everything.
I came home
'Cause he
with
took them all.
a bag of 50 bagels at the end of my first day.
He had a trash bag of bagels he kept
Listen.
in
Like
his
Santa
apartment.
Claus.
I went
And
there
he ate it
Friday,
for
and they're
weeks.
like, our oven broke today, so we don't have any bagels.
Oh,
So why were they open?
Danny took all
what
the
were they
bagels.
selling?
That's all they do.
To give me hope and then tear it out of my heart.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No,
our
that's
specialty.
really cool to see like how it started 3 years ago, and then instead
Yeah.
of just throwing it away, you guys actually, yeah, that's cool.
So did any other of those demos that are on SoundCloud make it onto this album or into other?
I don't know what's on SoundCloud. We've abandoned
I
it.
literally, that's the only one that I remember is on there, yeah.
So what's the story behind Lullaby then?
So we were in our former
Old
bassist.
bassist.
Are you the
Basement.
bassist, Danny?
Yes, no, I am.
What's his name?
Yeah, we had a bassist, but he got kidnapped by his girlfriend and never came back to
Yeah.
the band.
Oh,
Wow.
So I was
The
like,
old
guess I'm
age-old
learning the
tale.
bass now.
Yes, but the reason I sing and he sings is because first off, I listened to a Velvet Revolver song, stole the chords because I was like, those are. I didn't do that.
So I got
Slash, you're my hero.
So you got inspiration from Velvet Revolver.
It just-
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Exactly.
It's a chord progression. So I
There's
was
only
like,
so
that's
many
a-
chords. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, A through G,
And
A
it's not
through
the
G.
same actually because there's an E7 instead of an E. But I I did
There's
the
a
chords.
difference.
Me and Danny were just kind of writing. We had a chalkboard on the wall to write the lyrics, and he was singing the wrong melody. And
You
he's
were singing the wrong melody.
see, and we were getting mad. I was like, "You're singing it wrong. Like that's not the right melody." And he's like, "No, this is." And so I said, "You write yours, I write mine, and then I sing mine, you sing yours." And we
And so we just sang them at the same time. And then
and then voila.
and that's how harmonies were created.
But like it's back and forth. Danny me for the verses. That's yeah.
That's cool. I like that dynamic. Do you guys do that in other songs too?
yeah, we do that in Always.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of my favorite things we've written is the end of
Always.
Always, because there are two melodies that play over each other that we both sing. That's a lot of fun.
I go back to the original chorus melody, and he does like his own little high thing.
Wait, I thought you guys were all hot.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Not always.
Not always.
Jazz
Not
cigarettes. Did I just do the thing where I said your joke a little louder and I got the laugh?
No, I just reset it because I liked it.
It's funny when he says it.
That's a lot funnier when Keaton says it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Jesus Christ. I always lost my footing. So, the emphasis of this podcast is kind of like all about bad shows, bad tours, that kind of stuff. So, do you guys have any fun bad shows? I mean, besides being naked, you know. Real quick as well before we get to that. To follow that up, do you record with your shirt off as well?
Actually, I'll record butt naked.
I consider.
Add aggressive audio.
There's 2 versions of the album.
Is that why
There's-
it's called aggressive audio?
There's one version that's like
The album.
clothed, and the other version
And one's
is
called
like
the naked version.
the naked version. Yeah.
Like the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next
Exactly
album's
like
be called
Beatles.
Unclothed. Raw.
Raw.
Uncooked. Unbaked.
Frozen dinner rolls.
Unbreaded.
We're changing the name. Bad shows though?
Yeah.
Probably
Or just like, things that happen during like, guitars breaking, stuff like that.
the show you came to
Yeah.
Oh,
was
yeah?
one of
That
our
was-
worst
that was
sets.
brutal,
Not
man.
worst, but one of our worst ones because
Sunfish had some problems too.
Dude,
He
Yeah,
was
it
so
was a
upset,
nice
yeah.
guitars.
I
It's
don't want
just
to blame
the boardwalk.
Nathan James, but I'm going to blame Nathan.
nah, he did great. But his bass strap. We always have this thing where his strap will fall
Oh,
off.
because you were sitting down.
No, I stood up, and right at the beginning of our first song, the screw in my bass strap just fell.
We're always like,
so that's why I
fucking-
was sitting down the whole time.
Where'd you get the chair from?
I was just sitting on my amp.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sitting on a chair. I forgot.
So
yeah.
then it starts unplugging at times for some reason. What happened there?
I think it was because I tried to move my amp a little closer, so I didn't have to sit in the back, and then like it just
It
messed
happened
with
like
the
4
cables.
times, and
Yeah,
at
it
one
was
point
bad.
I had to sing Danny's part.
Yeah, it was really nice just listening to Jake sing for once.
And what was weird is my guitar tone. I had just restrung my guitar, so the tuning's like shaky, but the tone was super
shooty.
shooty. It was shooty, and the tone was super like twangy, and I was like, dude, fuck all this. But
I mean, it sounded good to me.
thank you. Like the thing
Thank
is,
you.
that
We're
was-
glad. We're glad.
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Technically, that was like your first show after releasing the album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So kind of
EP release?
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like an unofficial EP release, right?
And they tried to get us like 3 different times. They tried to get us to headline that show, and
We
go
were like,
last.
no,
We're like,
no,
not a
no, please.
chance.
Do you know why?
do not
Because
want
there were 5 bands playing, and so we were like, we understand why you want us at the end, but we're not going to, because as I best described it, I would rather die.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on that late, you know.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's all good. It was a good show though. It was good fun.
Thank you.
So, but there's nothing else. I mean, you've been in a bunch of other bands. You got some stories. Come
We
on.
got
come
some
on.
stories back in the day. Let's see.
What about the
the-
two crowd audience?
Yeah, that was the worst one. You guys remember like Gorilla Promotion? I can't remember. There were some promoters up in Salt Lake. Anyway, they ran a battle of the bands out of In the Venue.
Okay.
Okay. And I used to love playing it in the
What
venue.
was it?
Are they around?
Club Sound or in the venue?
In the venue. Well,
No, they knocked
Club
that
Sound,
building
is that
down.
the little one?
Yeah, they knocked
That
the
was-
building down, dude.
That
It's
sucks.
high
That
rise
was
like
a cool
apartments now.
place.
I did
Really?
something. I did
Yeah,
some
it
sort of
was
battle
sad.
bands there.
might have been there
It was
with-
like a winter fest or
I think it
something.
was in the
It was like
winter.
an all-day thing.
Was that the same one that The Boy That Lives? Because that was the band I was in at the time.
Maybe.
we were
What year
doing.
was it?
That would have been 2014, 13, maybe.
2013. I think that's the year we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were probably there too. But
Sick.
so, how early in the day did you guys play?
I feel like we probably played there closer to afternoonish, maybe
Okay.
like 2 or so.
So that was one where you had to show up for sign up at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. And we just pack everybody in the truck and we drive up there. 11 a.m. Go on sign up. The Boy That Lives got the last spot. 9 p.m. Okay. So everyone else plays, and we had brought all our people up there. We're like, okay, I think that show started at like 1 or something, you know? So we're like, yeah,
Oh,
we'll play
man.
anywhere between 1 and 9 p.m. We go on at 9 p.m. Everyone who showed up for us just, fucks off. We're like, we're not waiting until 9. Sorry, guys. So yeah, after
man.
watching all the bands play, we go on to do our battle.
And they all
at
left.
9.
Yeah, no
we
one
were
stayed.
playing. The guys fucking sweeping up the floor by now. We were playing for the sound guy and the janitor.
Dude, that's like rude.
Didn't they?
I love it,
That's
dude.
bad.
It was like an expensive long drive.
That janitor
for a
knew what he was
rehearsal,
doing.
Yeah.
Have you guys? Oh yeah, dude. That's so awesome. Have you seen the movie Losers Take All?
No.
You should check it out. Kind of an indie movie about like a punk rock band in the 80s, and it's the same kind of thing. They're finally going on tour for the first time, and their first show, they're like, one of the two members are like arguing about what the set list is going to be, and they're like all like heated about what the set list is going to be. And they go out there to play the first show, and there's just the bartender behind them. There's nobody there. And then the one guy like smoking a cigarette is like, "So burnt fuse." The one, the song they were arguing over if they should open with or not. He's like, "All right, let's go."
Oh man.
Yeah.
So then one other story. This isn't a bad story. This is an awesome story.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome though. I love that kind of stuff because it humbles you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you do have like a show when you guys were playing last time, you had a bunch of people there hanging out and having fun. It makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It really does. And the more the merrier. But like, we've been blessed, honestly. Like seriously, with like good audiences,
true.
nice friends. I don't know
Good
what it
hair.
is.
I don't know how our friends show up every time. I
don't know,
appreciate
like,
them for it.
They're super nice. I don't let them
They
in for
want
free.
that Danny
I
dick.
say-
Sorry, Darcy.
The boy that dies.
I got so sick of hearing that though. Everyone thought it was a Harry Potter reference. You know why we called it The Boy That Lives? Sorry, this is actually.
Oh,
I
I didn't even think about that, but yeah,
This is a
Harry
cute
Potter
little wholesome.
Something like a Harry Potter.
It was a chapter in Harry Potter, The Boy That Lived.
Yeah.
Or whatever is the chapter, right? The Boy That Lives. I probably shouldn't tell the story. Houston might get mad at me. It's a really cute, wholesome story. Houston, the bass player, had a cousin that died, and his nickname was the Boy because, like, he was the boy version of Houston. Tyler knows the story, right? You've heard that?
I don't think I have.
Oh, anyway, it was like a tribute
Yeah.
to him.
Oh,
Oh,
That's very wholesome,
that's
right?
adorable.
Yeah,
that's
thank
actually
you.
very sweet.
Yeah.
it was very
Why
sweet.
don't you guys have a wholesome band name?
Yeah, 'cause fuck,
We do.
We named ourselves after bread.
If you guys don't release a whole fucking album on Thanksgiving, I swear to God, you guys missed the boat. Wait. Yeah, stuffing.
We need to play a show with Southernmost Gravy and breakfast biscuit.
Dude,
I
What the
know.
hell?
Yeah, there's a name. There is a band
Breakfast.
called Bread. Oh, we butter the bread with butter. Those guys are way heavier than you.
They can play with us. I'd love to.
Just don't play last
yeah.
at 9 p.m.
I don't know.
I'd
They're
rather
another
die.
They're another bread band, so I don't know. There's some
Yeah,
competition
there.
there.
Yeah, there's
That's
there's
true.
too much
Battle of the
wheat.
bread.
Too much gluten.
Yeah, too much carbs. So what was the other story, Charlie?
You remember Barrett's Fish?
Yeah,
Okay, so I can't remember which bar, some biker bar up in Salt Lake.
Barbary Coast.
Everyone's like, was it Barbary? I'm like, no, it wasn't. I would have remembered that. Either way, one of those bar shows where you get paid with drink tickets,
Okay.
half the band, only actually Brandon, the vocalist, was the only one who was of age.
So was everyone like just shit faced up there playing, like puking or anything?
I mean, from what I remember, I held it together just fine.
From what I
But,
remember.
of
But then
course,
you see the video, you're like,
my-
this
You're
is
like,
so.
that was the worst.
We're all playing different songs.
Oh, man. What are you looking at, Jake?
I just noticed
There's a ghost up
the
there.
things up there.
Do you ever fall out of the ceiling?
All these sign things. You ever fall out of the ceiling and say, what the fuck?
There's a
come-
horse cock or a donkey dick. You ever have
I
a
hate
big
it
old
when that
messy shit? Or a dingleberry?
They're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
They should know by now. You should know by now.
You know what story I think we should have Jake tell, though? That one at the Velour.
Which one?
Oh, where you peed your pants in velour.
Oh, where was this?
Shut the fuck
He
up!
pissed his pants.
You just give it away.
He got too excited before going on
Let me
stage and
explain. Let
pissed
me
his
explain. Hey.
Yeah, well,
Hey.
set the scene,
This is
please.
what happens when you don't allow your band member to go pee during the set.
You know what?
Danny's got a
I-
up on that, though.
What do I?
Oh yeah. We'll tell that. In a
let's
second.
go.
We all had energy drinks, and there was a big crowd at the Velour. I was like, shit. Like I'm excited, like the nervous shakes, but like the excited shakes.
Who else were you guys playing with?
Oh god, wait, which one was this? Was this? I think it was.
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't remember.
But you
So
guys were playing first.
So full of adrenaline. Probably have
I don't know.
hypoglycemia or whatever.
I think was it the one. Were we with No Such Animal?
It might have been.
I think it was.
No Such
I think it
Animal
was
can pull a
our
crowd,
April
let me tell you.
1st one with No Such Animal.
That was the what was it
the
called?
Festival of Fools.
Festival
one.
of Fools. That
was such a fun.
so
show.
So
many
you
people.
just had a bunch of energy drinks before.
I had just
or-
one. I think we all had one.
And just the nerves and
And,
excitement.
and then
got too excited.
Jadera.
here's the thing. I go. Someone walks up to us and goes, "You ready?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I feel like I feel like something falling out of my penis. That's the best way I can explain it. It fell. Like
cake batter. Cheers.
I don't think that was pee.
no, like pee fell out. Like, and I was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "Oh, just pinch." And I was like, "I can't control my prostate or my urethra or whatever."
Your prostate is not where the pee comes from.
Wherever it comes to.
It's not.
You guys don't pee out your butt?
What? And I was like,
Is that not normal?
and so
I'm
they
confused.
ask us if we're ready. I feel this trickling sensation, and I just run away. And everyone's like, "Where the hell
is
Danny knocks on the
Jake?"
door. He's like, "You ready?" And I just let out like a very small amount of pee, and I was like, "Let's go." Let's go. I did have a little bit of urine in my pants.
Hold on.
doesn't?
Is that
Yeah,
how?
you're, hold on. Let's take it back here. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Jeans or sweats? Blue jeans, black jeans?
Black jeans.
Okay, I think
So
that's the
mine
best
did
case
a lot.
scenario is
Oh, yeah,
black
And the
jeans.
guitar was in
definitely.
front of
Yeah.
my...
If you had blue jeans, it'd be obvious, yeah. But the black
That would've
jeans,
been
you can get away with it.
So that's
the
how
thing-
that's how the tradition started then.
Yes.
Now before every show, we just all.
We all pee. You're not cool unless you pee your pants.
The
That's
story-
true, man.
It wasn't embarrassing
gotta
on
let
stage
loose
or
on
anything.
stage.
What was embarrassing is Danny, after the show, I walk up to him and he goes, to our friends that are there, he goes, "Jake pissed himself." And I was like, "Yo."
Yeah, now this is going to be on the
To
internet
women.
forever.
He said that to women, bro. Women.
Dude, it's all good.
And I
I
was
mean,
like, yeah.
do you guys know the band Dead Poets Society?
Oh yeah.
We just
Love
had them
those
on,
guys.
and they got a story about shit in their pants.
Oh,
so,
really?
So it
I
could
feel
have been
better.
worse.
I feel better.
Yeah, you
That's
feel
not-
better?
And you guys had Dead Poets Society? That's so cool.
That's sick.
Yep, that one will be coming out probably next week.
Oh,
sir.
nice.
Little trickle of
Yeah, we
poo.
played with them. We can cut this out. We played with them 2019 before the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's super cool. Those guys are awesome.
I feel like pandemic kind of made everyone, at least us, like better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
you
we
guys like
benefited.
practice and write more in
Like
the
a shit
pandemic.
ton. You
A
have all the time in the
lot,
world.
Yeah, no.
You just hanging out in your mom's basement, or
Yeah.
In our former drummer's mom's basement.
That's when we wrote like a lot of our best songs. That's when we wrote "Standing By" and
Mm-hmm.
"Always" and
lullaby.
No.
when we perfected.
That was like literally 28,
That was
9.
Yeah, I guess it's 3 years
17.
ago.
yeah.
I
That
don't
was a
know.
very very long time ago.
It's not that long. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, these guys 3 years
So
is a
long
time.
ago.
Dude, it feels like a different lifetime because of
It does.
all the, you know.
Because up there.
Yeah, because who knows?
So,
drug
so
abuse.
this record pretty much was all written during the pandemic then.
Yeah.
And
pretty
then
much.
once the pandemic was over, that's when you guys started recording.
Yeah, pretty much.
And where did you get the idea to go start being aggressive with the audio?
He reached
He-
out to us when we were very small.
He's the
When they were
goat.
like,
Oh my
shriveled,
gosh.
like,
We were
cold
No,
out.
he's the best. Aggressive
very-
Audio
Hey,
is
it
genius.
was
'cause
cold
he,
outside.
It was very
he
cold.
just follows a bunch
I
of
was
like
in the
small bands and
pool.
comments on their
So-
posts.
Yeah, when he started out, he was smaller than he is now. He's pretty huge now in comparison. But he reached out to us and was like, "I'd love to work with you." And we were like, "Yes." We were gonna record Lullaby. We were all in high school.
It's true. That was going to
And
be the first one we recorded.
Then Danny goes, "Hey, listen to this song," and then we played it through, and we were like, "We love this song." So we did "Standing By," and thank goodness we did "Standing By" because that was a good song. I mean, in my humble opinion.
Thanks, man.
Good job, Danny.
Man, that first release was so much fun.
Yeah,
That was incredible.
the feeling-
Aggressive Audio is so great for allowing like 16, 17-year-old kids to be able to make professionally recorded music and
and it
release
was
it on
at a
Spotify.
great price,
Unreal.
man. And
Unreal.
what was awesome about it is I was like, it's gonna record. He's a newer guy, so we'll listen to it. It'll be all right. And then when
he
we
blew
heard
our
it, I was
minds.
like, what the fuck? I was like, this is amazing. And that's when it kind of clicked a little bit for me. There was a couple points in the time of the band where I was like, this is serious. Like we can do this for real. But that I was like, if he can do that, like holy shit, like we can
do this.
we should be a band. We should take it seriously, you know, like.
I should take my shirt off.
I should take my shirt off at every show.
And then we lost 2 of our members. But we got Chuck now.
Yeah, thank goodness we have Chuck. And, you know, being a 3-piece ain't too bad.
I love being a 3-piece.
No, like I said,
I
you guys
love
sounded
being a
great,
three-piece.
and I love the vibe, especially with
Thank
the
you.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good old sunglasses on.
Dude,
That was
those
bitching.
Those,
Sitting down.
I got those.
Did you get it fixed?
I did get
Good.
it fixed now.
Yeah.
I
we
went to
finally got super glue or
Home
whatever.
Depot and got stuff to fix it. So
What were you gonna say, Jake?
Those sunglasses, I got them at the dollar store because I was like, these.
My future's so bright. I need to put these on.
Yeah, and then
Those
I
fucking
looked at
wraparounds
myself.
are-
The
don't
wraparounds.
ever wear those
I'm gonna
again.
wear them again. But I looked at myself and
I
I
thought
was,
they were bitching, dude.
I was like, I look racist.
Don't wear those.
I was like, what if I like made these cool again? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I honestly was stoked when I saw you. I was like, oh, dude, this dude's totally like confident and just his own person. He's not like this. I'm afraid to fucking, you know, you're not up there trying to be somebody else. That's what I love when I
Yeah.
see people play.
That
You remember the story where he peed himself, right?
confident.
and he
It's
confidently
replayed.
went on stage.
But yeah, no, I told Danny actually last
He
time.
ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
Last time on stage, I was like, I think I'm just gonna be a maniac. Like I'm just gonna be. Like I woke up that morning, I was like, I'm a fucking rock star.
I'm a dinner roll.
It's my
And
day off.
apparently to Danny, that means just dropping the shit out of his bass.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah.
Sitting there and
mentally peeing himself.
mentally. we pulled that off. I think. Like
Yeah.
it was annoying at times, but I think overall the show went well.
I feel like
I
we've
think
had
so.
technical
And we met you,
difficulties.
so like, come on.
That's true.
This guy after the show started flirting with us. I was like, dude.
And then I peed my pants. No, it seemed like everyone was having a good time and was into it for sure. And you said you had another story?
Yeah, what was that story? You said I could one up it?
So yeah, I
Oh,
heard a
the-
story about where Danny had to like throw his bass on the ground like mid set.
Oh,
It was-
yeah. Oh my
Danny was
God.
on rhythm guitar. It was a high school
It
show.
was in high school, yeah.
We used to play these shows where it was like
This was
a
incredible.
2-hour-long set. Seriously,
I don't know how people stuck around for it.
I don't know. And we weren't.
And,
it was almost all
Drugs.
covers.
no, no one was doing drugs.
Yeah,
This was
it was all covers.
don't
And
believe you. No.
during
All covers.
we were practicing "Holiday" by Green Day.
Green Day.
And in the bridge, you know, where he's like, "Sing Heil to the President." I just did that part, and Danny was on rhythm guitar back then. And during the practice, he took his guitar off and ran to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, he's taking a piss." And he came back just in time for the chorus. And after it, I was like, "You ran and took a pee." He's like, "I took a shit."
In the middle of the song, I was just like, I need
I was
to
like,
take a
you
shit.
took
So I
a-
took my guitar down and I went to the
I was like,
bathroom.
"You took a full poop in
And I was
like
back in time for the
30
chorus.
seconds." And I was like, "Did you wipe?" He's like, "Yeah."
Damn, dude, what are you eating?
It
You did
fell
not
out.
wipe well enough though.
We had
But then I
a
did that at the show, too.
yeah, we had a
He
sh-
did
we
that at
had, we had a show not too long ago. We're in the middle of it. He's like, "Dude, I gotta pee." So he had to. You did the same thing. You had to go off, but he's the drummer, so you can't just stop playing.
Yeah.
So we're all just in there waiting, and the bathroom's right next to the stage. So I kind of made a little story or a little middle song.
Yeah.
You know, Blink-182 family reunion.
Yeah.
Tyler's taking a pee. It is the longest pee that I ever did see. And it was one of those things too where he's like, I can hold it. But then everyone's like, let the drummer pee! Free the drummer!
Good audience.
Yeah, and I'm
They're
pretty
looking
sure
out for
too
you,
they're
man.
like all chanting you on, and everyone's just basically like he runs in there, and everyone's just staring at him at the door, just waiting for the door. And he comes out of the bathroom door, and everyone's like, "Yeah, Yeah.
When they shouted, "Let him pee," you should have just sat there and just peed.
You should have just stood up and beat into the crowd.
So our drummer got arrested. Who pees on their drums?
Do you remember?
Hey, that's a good way to get that natural patina on your cymbals, I hear.
Yeah. You know those cool music videos where they have water on their cymbals when they hit them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
all
it's
piss.
piss. It's piss. The drummer's piss.
So we kind of talked about obviously how you guys found each other and how you guys started. How did you find Mr. Chuck, Mr. Charlie?
Our lawyer.
Thank God.
There's
we
this
found Chuck.
Facebook group, like something about Utah County musicians, right? I just
Yeah,
put an ad in
exactly.
there. I'm like, hey, I'm a drummer. Does somebody want to jam?
Does someone want a drummer?
Yeah.
I hit the buckets. Who wants to let me hit the buckets?
I'm real good at unga bunga.
I got the congas.
And you know what we didn't know is that
He sucked.
Man, you're not wrong.
our lawyer, our band lawyer, responded to him.
So some guy hits me up and is
says,
like, "Hey, there's this
Homestyle
band
Dinner
called
Rolls."
Homestyle Dinner Rolls. Hit him up either here on Facebook or on Instagram." So I hit him up on Facebook. Wait a couple days.
Slid in their
They're
DMs.
kids, so they don't
No
do
one
Facebook.
uses
Apparently,
Facebook.
that's
What
the
the
old guy
hell?
thing now. I don't get it. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll get on Instagram.
What are you, 50?
I actually
check on my kids.
Everyone left as soon as their parents joined.
So I actually auditioned for English Budgies right before.
Oh, really?
I
You
think
guys
you're
heard
gonna say
them yet?
English muffins. Damn it.
I know, that would've been good. Yeah, no, English Budgies. I went and auditioned for, and they're like, "Yo, we've never heard someone like kick that kick drum so hard." And I'm like,
You're like, I'm just.
"Like, you mean actually play it?"
You're like, I'm kicking hard.
I don't know why they didn't like me, but they didn't fucking like me. I still like
no.
them though. They got pretty chill music. But yeah, so then I hit them up on Instagram. I'm like, "Hey, you guys need a drummer?" And they're like, "Well,
How it went was,
yeah."
yes, when would you like to schedule? And then he left us on red. he's got to be like, I don't know what
So
happened.
you guys left
I
me
think I
on
could go
red on
back and find
Facebook.
it.
Fuck you.
I could go back and find it. But that did happen. And then we auditioned someone else, a couple other people. And then we were like, there's some good, but like we need like someone that clicks. And we are like, oh, he left us on red, so let's reach out again. I don't
See
think
if this
it-
dinosaur wants to
and-
play some music.
And I'm just saying, I don't think that was on purpose.
Grandpa Chuck.
Father Time is what we call him. But then we hit him back up. We say, hey, come audition. We pick him up and we audition and had lunch and everything clicked. And as I mentioned earlier, he played Always, and I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, we
I was
dropped
like, this
off
guy is
Chuck
awesome.
after his audition
And we
and
looked
checked
at
out in
each
the
other
car.
like,
We was like,
yep.
yep. We were like, that's what we're hiring that guy, right?
Like, no question. Oh my gosh, Chuck is so good. My mom literally.
My mom really thinks Chuck's
She
cool.
no, she watched it.
Oh yeah.
She watched him drum at the show that you were just at.
Yeah.
And she literally was like, dude, Chuck. She used the word enthralling. Like his drumming is
Whoa.
enthralling.
She
That's what
she
I'm
looked
saying,
at the
yeah.
thesaurus.
She
I know.
just got married, so I'm out of luck, I guess.
It's
was
like,
whoa, dude.
it's just first off, it's just great to have a drummer, and second, it's great to have Chuck as a drummer. Like, I don't think we've ever sounded so tight or
that?
good. Or
Acoustic show we played when we didn't have a drummer.
we had a
Eesh.
kick between us.
Yeah, we had a kick
And we
drum in
took
the middle
turns
'cause
kicking
we had
and
a
playing
gig
drums.
booked,
Yeah, love
and
it.
then we didn't have a drummer anymore.
And-
so we're like, we could do an acoustic show.
It was actually really fun. The solos, I had an acoustic guitar and I just turned on my distortion and played the solos. And
That's
it,
true.
it ended up working out. I played the drums for the last song. I think
that was a fun show.
it was
That
fun.
a
I
show.
watched the video of me playing the drums and I was like, I practiced that. I played that and then just went to bed thinking it was good. I just slept well.
You're like, oh, that was sick.
That
Didn't
was
even
sick.
second guess it.
I didn't even use the hi-hat. I don't know how.
I mean, which is still cool that you guys did that, and it's still fun to do. We
That was
still
a
do
fun-
things like that and stuff too, but it's obviously a different vibe than having a drummer that knows what they're doing. So.
Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
incredible.
it sounds good. Just keep on keeping on, right?
Yeah, we
Oh
can't
yeah.
we can't
Oh
not
yeah.
shout our praises at Chuck because it's just I will look you in the eyes when I say this.
We love you, Chuck.
We love you so much.
Even though you're
The
50
yeah, I was gonna say even though you're
Even though
57,
it's 50
even though we joke
Even though
nonstop.
you try talking to us on Facebook.
So
Why'd you try to hit me up on MySpace? We don't even have one of those.
Tumblr?
so the
Tumblr, really? Vine? How did you even get one?
get Vine?
Oh man.
So I think we should kind of just wrap up a little bit with how you guys all started like playing music, not even just just on your own as kids, and what bands like inspired you, or what bands continue to inspire you,
Nice.
or musicians, artists, whatever. Start with you, Jake.
So I would just listen to like rap and all that in
Just wrap it all that.
in the 7th to 9th grade, and then halfway through 9th grade, I started listening to Aerosmith like a ton because I
How'd
loved.
you find Aerosmith?
My older brother Mitch, he taught me. First off, he taught me most of my guitar skills.
Oh, so
Lots
he
of
played
them.
guitar.
Yeah, that's how I was able to pick it up so quickly. But he showed me Aerosmith, and I was like, "Damn, this is good." And now listening to Aerosmith, I'm like, "What the fuck is Joe Perry doing? Like on the lead guitar? I have no clue what scales he's playing."
It's funny that you said Slash earlier, and I know Aerosmith was like a huge inspiration for Slash.
And that brings me to my next point: Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
I was watching their live sets on YouTube during school, just like their 2.5 hour sets in Japan, and I was like, this is like so cool. Axl Rose and of course Slash. My hair was always long, but the Gibson.
You're like, I want some
for me.
girls. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
let's grow that out.
The Gibson for me was like a really big thing. I was like, that's like the coolest guitar. It's a humbucker, because I didn't know the difference between humbuckers and because I
Single
started
coil, yeah.
I started with a Strat, and then I switched to the humbucker. I was like, I love that sound, and I do use a Strat still once in a while, but it's hard. Kind of being a 3-piece, you got to fill up some space.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to have. I mean, there's different tools, different applications. But like for instance, like Led Zeppelin, when they first started, he was still playing a Telecaster, and when they were doing their first American tour and came over, Joe Walsh was like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
LP.
You got one guitar player. You can't do that. You got to fill the sound out." So he gave him his first Les Paul, was that guitar. So.
And I remember switching to a 3-piece. I was like, what are we going to do to fill the space? I'm soloing over nothing. But we kind of figured it out.
Danny just stops playing.
I added delay. I added more bass to my tone. And Danny at some
Started
point
playing like chords
Yeah,
on
that's-
the bass.
I told Dan-
I
I
do
said-
that a lot.
I said play
behind the
chords.
solos. Yeah.
and I think it really fills it out.
Yeah.
Because, when you listen to like a Red Hot Chili Peppers solo,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, it's like,
Or any kind of band that has just like one guitar, one.
and
Yeah.
when it's live
Gotta
and
be
it
busy
just
with the
goes to
bass.
the bass and the guitar, and you can really tell. I don't dig that too much. There's certain songs where I'm like, okay,
Where it just feels like you're going on and it feels empty because the
Exactly.
it doesn't keep going.
One thing we did at Aggressive Audio, and this is just sidetracking a tiny bit, the solo in Always, he said, what if we triple tracked the solo? And I was so mad. I was like, dude, no. Like, we want it to be sounding like a 3-piece, but then we triple tracked the solo instead of putting a guitar under it, and that like really did the trick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, studio you gotta
can do stuff like that.
You have to do a couple tricks and things like that
Yeah.
sometimes to make the recorded version, the permanent version of it that's
Yeah.
gonna be forever. Because obviously you can have a live version and things are gonna change, but that's
Exactly.
okay. But what about you, Danny?
Well, when I was in like second grade, my sibling, my sibling Kiko introduced me to Green Day, which was really huge for me. That was
So
the
you
American
hadn't
Idiot album.
you hadn't played any music?
No, I mean I've always been singing. My family was really huge into theater growing up,
Oh, cool.
which is kind of where I got my start with singing. I always have been singing theater and stuff.
I made a band with a theater kid.
But I'm actually really thankful for growing up in theater because that's what gave me like the confidence to like perform on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because huge, definitely. Because growing up doing plays and shit, when I started this band, like going on stage and singing in front of a bunch of people was just normal to me. And plus being able to have like vocal training.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
both those things right there are already a huge hurdle that most people have to get over. So
Side note, Danny's vocals have skyrocketed. I don't know if it's puberty or whatever.
I'm just starting puberty.
I think he's really worked on like technique. Like he really spends time into his craft or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
or whatever,
Like,
whatever you
whatever.
do.
We'll get in the studio.
It's the 10,000 hour rule, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He'll get in the studio and Aggressive will be recording us, and I'll be like, "Holy shit!" Like he just did that we'll double tracks in like 30 seconds, literally. He's
Thank you.
incredible.
Isn't the song longer than 30 seconds?
Doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
I'm that good.
You
I
know,
can
it's
sing
speed.
that well.
He's like, all right, now go ahead back and slow that down.
He rarely needs multiple takes. It's interesting.
You're too sweet. It's all because of my vocal coach, Dean Kalen.
So-
Dean Kalen.
So Green Day was the one that popped your cherry.
Green Day was probably the one that popped my cherry.
I forgot about Green Day and
I
My
love-
Chemical Romance.
And Green Day, My Chemical Romance, the Beatles were really huge.
So
really,
what
really
and the
huge
Beatles,
inspiration.
damn it.
only the biggest band ever.
Yeah.
He's like, I forgot about the
they're pretty
Beatles. So the
underground.
Beatles. So what would be the ones that still inspire you then at the moment?
Definitely the Beatles. Another huge inspiration for my songwriting. My brother-in-law introduced me to Brand New and Taking Back Sunday. And so just
He's like, yeah,
He's
I'm
like,
about-
so I take a lot of cues from like, especially like the first Brand New album. It's like a more pop punk one more than
The
post-hardcore.
brand new.
The brand new.
Well, technically, it's the old brand new.
Yeah.
Well, it was at the time though. It was
it was
first
the
brand new.
But that's like where the inspiration for like
That's
the
like-
counter melodies and always came from.
That's like a joke we would always have, where someone would be like, "Is this brand new?" They're like, "No, it's Taking Back Sunday."
Jesus.
Christ.
We'd make that joke all the time in the band. We'd like get like mic stand or something. Like, what the fuck is this brand new? Where'd this come from? No, it's Taking Back
Taking Back Sunday.
Stupid. What about you, Mr. Charlie?
So I really started like with Ozzy and some Ozzy, Megadeth, like 80s metal stuff. I didn't really ever like
How did
too
that get
much-
introduced to you? The radio or your parents?
So
or-
I actually grew up listening to like a combination of classical, like Baroque, and 90s country. Like that's what my mom listened to.
Interesting.
And my dad was super kind of like Nazi about, no, classical music is what our children will listen to. It will make them smart somehow.
was that a German
Did he have
accent?
an accent?
Yes. No. So like, no, we went to like private schools and my dad was like, they're going to listen to classical music on the way to school and it's going to help
Yeah,
their brains bigger
yeah, make
and
them
whatever.
smart.
It gave him a click, an internal rhythm, I bet you.
Yeah,
I bet
really.
it really did.
But so then I started hanging out with my older cousin who was like 5 years older than me. And when she got like turned 16 and I was 12, you know, she'd drive us around, take us to the gas station. And she grew up on like Iron Maiden and the 80s metal and stuff. So I took a lot more from her because the rest of my family was all like podunk redneck stuff. And I'm like, no, Satan, you know.
Satan.
Satin.
So like tons of Ozzy and all that 80s metal and stuff. But then
So when did you start playing drums then?
when I was like 12 or 13, a huge thing happened to the world. And the last few years, like that huge thing just disappeared and I want it back. That thing is called Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Okay.
Rock
So
Band.
Rock Band
I
actually
suck at Guitar Hero.
taught me everything I know about drums. Fucking love Rock Band.
That's
Damn.
so fun.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Every time I play Rock Band Guitar Hero, I feel extraordinarily inadequate. Like I suck at that. I can play guitar, but not the game.
Well, that's
I don't-
different. But like Rock Band drums are just drums.
Are just
You know,
drums.
it's just an electric
I'm
drum.
incredible at rock band singing.
So
It's on
so
very easy
based
mode.
off of Rock Band and playing that, you got stoked and got a drum kit and started playing.
Basically, yeah. I started like in high school. I'd never played an instrument before, like anything. I had a couple guitars growing up, but I just, would get angry and smash them more than I would play them.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was born to be a drummer and just
Yeah.
beat
Rock
shit.
star.
So like, yeah, freshman year in high school, signing up for classes and elective classes. Oh, there's marching band and jazz band and stuff. So I signed up for those. First day we get in there, they're like, what does everyone play? And they get to me, Charlie, I don't play anything. What? Well, I was hoping you would teach me drums. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think in Utah they make you learn piano.
So they actually,
first.
they had me like audition or whatever, and like I did just fine because rock
Because
band.
of rock
baby.
Rock Band,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
I don't believe
You're
you.
like, I only know these songs.
So from there, I totally went into like the obvious route of you start out with Ozzy, you can only go harder.
Of
you
course,
know?
of
So like
course.
getting into deathcore and stuff like that, and somehow I ended up doing this.
And
this
Somehow
rock
I ended
and
up
roll
cooking.
stuff.
you want to know one thing,
Taylor, ironically, is like my favorite fucking song.
dude?
Even though it's like our
It's-
like lightest,
Yeah.
breeziest
Nice, basic, light song. I don't like metal that much.
I love.
Isn't that weird?
And
I hate.
and me
Isn't
and
that just
me
Dude,
and
like
Chuck
that's
and-
literally all the buildings. That and cement.
Chuck and I love metal.
we talked about this. Like
You ever think about that? Like cement's just like this soupy shit, and it's like if I stop moving,
That
then
is
I'm
strange.
solid
I'm
forever. And then just like all the buildings.
It's like me when I smoke weed. If I stop moving, then I just stop moving.
stop?
Oh.
You're like, where am I?
I've tried to
I guess
show
I'm a
Jake
house
metal
now.
so many times. I've tried introducing him to so
Like
many different
copper
metal
and-
bands. Like copper, silver, iron.
I will tell you, I
Did you fail chemistry?
did fail. It's like in Breaking Bad when he's like,
Let's make meth.
Let's make
Yeah,
meth.
I remember that.
When he goes, it's time to break back.
When they're building the battery and he goes, and electricity travels through, and he pulls up a copper, and Jesse goes, oh, wire. That was me. But I did go to a Slipknot concert recently, and I was wearing a bright
Dude,
pink...
bro, hold on. We got to back up. Dude got
free Slipknot ticket.
He's like, I don't even
Okay.
like metal or Slipknot or anything, but like,
And I
I'm
went
gonna
there.
go.
Austin told me that the entire concert you were just sitting down until Psychosocial, and then you stood up and you're like, ah.
I didn't. I stood up. There were a few songs where I was like, yeah, I was tired as hell, but
Oh yeah, fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy.
I did my time. The first step.
But
The
I will
second
say,
step.
I do like it. I appreciate it. Now I don't like it. I appreciate it more. There's some song I've been listening to a little more.
How can you be a guitarist and not like metal,
What's
man?
that? What's that one song that goes?
It is-
Sugar? I mean, what's that?
That's
band?
Sugar by
Down.
System of a Down.
System of a Down. I've been listening to a little more System of a Down.
That's just. I wouldn't.
Um,
I wouldn't think that's considered metal.
Right, that's like an alternative
more-
new metal.
But I've also been listening to a little bit of Slipknot, and like I appreciate it, but there's like a time and a place. Because
Maybe
I'll
you
be
just need to
honest,
expand your mind.
Maybe no, I try because at some parts I was like, okay, I'll give this a listen, and
We gotta
there
put
was-
on Megadeth on the drums back.
they started going like with the double bass. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, there's no
Oh
structure.
yeah, there's been a couple
I
times.
was
in some
sitting
of
there
the-
like, that's your chorus? Like, it's just
this guy can't follow a blast beat for shit.
no, I can't.
I can't
I
play
don't know what's
blasts
happening.
around him. He gets lost. you know?
different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
I kind of.
The
I
slower
mean,
stroke gets me.
I get.
off.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, we know about different strokes for different.
That's all band practice is, really.
I get where you're coming from though, because I did I was in a metal band and things like that for a while. But after a while, for me, I was like, I can go to a gun range and write like 15 different breakdowns. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
So I mean, it's just
But like,
different roles for different ovens.
exactly. And
Damn right.
Jam, right? Is that what you said?
Right.
there's a
You better believe it.
Yes.
yeah.
End it. It's not getting better than
That's
that.
it. That's it. Like Acacia Ridge, they just released a new song called
yeah.
Nomad.
Nomad.
Very good. Like I listened to it, I was like, I can appreciate it, and I
Incredible.
actually vibed with that song. I was like, okay.
Acacia Ridge is so
They're good. They're good.
That's a Flips band.
That's Flipspan
Flip
from
Man
Aggressive Audio.
From Aggressive Audio in Bountiful, Utah. 8-4. I don't know.
Nomad is like one of my favorite metal songs I've heard recently. It blew
Yeah.
my mind.
It.
It's so good.
I listened to it. I was like,
They're
okay. Like I get it. I get this one.
Far out.
You win now. You win this time.
You win
Well,
this time, metal.
the new EP is out now. It's out everywhere.
yeah.
Spotify.
Life is
everything.
better on Spotify, Apple
You
Music.
guys got cool T-shirts with bread on the
Yeah,
like
we
those
do got
parts
shirts.
of the bed. Yeah.
Come
Drew
check.
that myself. Oh yeah, all throughout
Recording.
December we're recording our another EP.
Another EP.
Another one.
Or some singles, and we don't know.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
we
So
have
new
plans.
music's on the
On the
Horizon.
horizon.
All right. Cool.
But yeah,
Exciting stuff.
yeah.
come check out a show. Come buy a shirt.
Come
Do it.
eat.
Come
Do it.
kiss us on
Come
the
eat
mouth.
some rolls.
Jake needs a girlfriend.
I don't need a girlfriend. That's the last thing I need. Jesus.
You're like,
you
we
heard
need.
it. You heard it here first. If your name's Taylor, you get free kisses.
You guys are like, we need more material. Come on, David.
We need
Date
Jake to get a
please.
girlfriend.
you
and
guys
then
are so
break
pop
up with
punk for
Jake.
not being pop punk.
To be fair, I was
To be
thinking, I was like,
fair.
to be fair, I was like, if I got a girlfriend, it would
be
give
fair.
me more time, like to write a love song or a
But
breakup
also
song.
might take you away from that.
Or yeah, exactly. So I'm a busy guy. Come on. If you want to hit my line, do it. I will write a love song. I'll make you uncomfortable, and we won't talk for a long time. So check us out.
All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Gracias.
I said hello, Mary Lou.
I'm so confused now.
Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary
I knew
Lou, Mary Lou.
Comes up.
That we never part.
Hello,
Mary Lou.
Goodbye, heart.
Thanks for listening to You Guys Shred.